Welcome back to MOTOBLADE, guys. We are here at Americade, about to go on a Honda group ride, testing out the Rebel 1100. New bike from Honda. Gonna be a group ride, so I'm not sure how much I'll really be able to open it up for you guys, but we'll see. This is a DCT, so no shifting. It has an electric shifter if you want to, but otherwise it is fully automatic with the dual clutch transmission system from Honda. So this is the Rebel 1100, new from Honda. I think they just had like the Rebel 500, then they may have had one with a slightly larger engine, but the Rebels have always been kind of small. They were the beginner bikes, but now with the 1100 and some upgraded features, Honda's trying to get into a different market with these smaller, sportier bikes. If you guys have been around my channel, you know I've got certain criteria by which I judge these motorcycles. So I'll be going over that criteria here. And the first point is going to be comfort. If a bike is not comfortable, you're not going to want to ride it. So comfort comes in two forms. Number one, seat, and number two, riding position. As far as the seat is concerned, right out of the box, I'll tell you, not great. Seat is definitely not great. Riding position, however, is okay. The riding position puts your legs up at pretty much a 90-degree angle, straight out and then straight down. The seat leaves quite a bit to be desired as far as padding and comfort. Alright, so that was standard mode. Let's go ahead and click it into sport mode. That's pretty good. Alright, so we've now clicked it into sport mode, and we'll talk about the performance here. Standard mode felt pretty, well, standard. Nothing too exciting to write home about. Sport mode feels pretty good. Feels decent on the acceleration. We'll get a better test when we come to the next intersection and can go from a stop. Again, being right behind the road captain, I'm kind of screwed here. I can't exactly slingshot by him. Apparently some people have done that today, so everybody was informed not to do that. I've never been a huge fan of the looks of the Rebel, but maybe you guys have. Tell me what you think down in the comments. It kind of looks like Honda's trying to make a Street Fighter out of it. It's a cross between a Street Fighter look and a cruiser, and I've never been the biggest fan, but apparently it has its market and it has taken off, and lots of people have enjoyed this motorcycle. The Rebel has been around for a long time in one form or another, but the most recent redesign is the one that's really looked more like a Street Fighter / cruiser style. The digital gauge is nice, lots of info. We have time, tach, speedometer, gear indicator, bike temperature, we have range, we have temperature, we have sport modes, we have a fuel gauge. I'm sure there's some other options I can get to on there, but they didn't really go over a brief. They're just like, get on the bike and go, so I didn't have much time to fiddle around with the display. But still, more than enough information. Plenty. I mean, you shouldn't need a whole lot more than that. It may not be the most comfortable, but you could get a long haul seat, like a touring seat for it, maybe from Saddlemen or Corbin, and that would improve the comfort of the bike. And I see the appeal for long-haul comfort because it's a very efficient bike. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Hondas, they are bulletproof as well. I mean, they'll run forever. And Honda has included some nice features on here. Mainly cruise control. I mean, I've got cruise control I can activate over here on my thumb. Let's see. Put that on and hit set. And there we go. Oh, that's kind of nice. I can take the pressure off my back, sit more upright here. Cruise control is pretty good. That's a nice feature. Not many small bikes in this range have cruise control, so having that available is a very nice feature for Honda to add on what I would consider like a smaller sport bike. I don't think this would be the bike you'd want to have with a passenger. even though it's 1100cc, you know, it might have the power, but the fact is you're up pretty close on the tank here as it is for one person. Your knees are already bent 90 degrees. If you got some forward pegs on here, maybe, but if you're going to try to shove a second person on here, I think it's just going to be pretty cramped up. At this point, it might as well be like trying to ride long haul 2 people on a sport bike. It just doesn't make much sense. The nice thing about this bike, though, is the price point. It comes in fairly inexpensive. If I remember correctly, it's somewhere between $6,000 and $8,000. So this much bike, or rather this much engine, the bike frame itself is pretty small, but a decent engine for that price, that's pretty good. This is a brown, I guess it's metallic. We haven't had much sun today, so I haven't gotten a chance to see the paint in the sunlight. But the brown color is just kind of blah. They do have some other colors. I think they do have it in red, classic Honda red as well. The weirdest part is getting used to the not shifting, and I think I would get used to it after a while. I do have electric shift over here where I can click my fingers, and it seems to work pretty well. It also has a parking brake, which I have never seen a parking brake on a motorcycle. So there's a lot of little things on here that are kind of unique, and maybe they are more common on Asian bikes and European bikes. I'm more of the American market, cruiser market kind of guy, so that's my area of expertise. Not so much on foreign models. But having a parking brake, having cruise control on a bike this small, lots of nice little features. Some of them odd, some of them helpful, some of them I don't know if I would ever use, but the fact is you have them. So you get all those things at a decently low price from Honda. Unfortunately, my camera crapped out on me for a second back there, but we had a really big downshift for a turn to the right off onto this nice road. This is a nice little spot to be. However, I just wanted to note for you guys that just by getting off of the throttle and onto the brake, when it downshifts, it feels kind of clunky. That was pretty quick getting up to about 45 there. It's not bad. But downshifting just doesn't feel great. And because you're not the one doing the shifting, you feel it when it grabs sometimes. The downshift just feels mistimed, if that's a thing. And it's just because I'm so used to having control of my bike and when I shift and where I shift in my RPMs that the downshifting on its own feels a bit unnatural and a bit clunky. Just my observation. The DCT system from Honda is great. It's a proven system and it works very well. And the engines are fantastic. I'm just giving you guys my thoughts here though. You know, if it was my money on the line and I'm going to buy the bike, I don't really like the way it shifts down. The DCT, I'm not a fan of it. It's cool not having to shift, but once that cool factor wears away, I'm really missing the control that shifting and having a clutch gives me. Just my 2 cents there. Man, our road captain has taken us on a crazy ride out through some twisty areas, some places on the east side of Lake George here. This is a much longer ride than I thought it would be. This is a really nice ride they're doing for us, so even if I don't like the bike, I appreciate the ride he's given us. This is a really nice area. So now we're hopping on the highway here. We're gonna see how the engine keeps up at highway speed. What kind of performance we can get out of her. Well, I say highway speed, we're only doing 55 right now. Alright, boss man, how about we not ride behind the car carrier? I just feel like that's an ungood spot to be. I don't really feel comfortable riding behind something that could launch a truck at my frickin' face. Alright, so when you get deep into the gears like that, it takes a second for it to realize, hey, I need to shift because this dude wants to go a whole lot faster. So you'll get into it and it'll move, and then it'll be like, oh crap, I need to shift. Again, I feel like I could do it so much better and time it a whole lot better for myself and for the bike if I was the one doing the shifting. I don't really like the way it shifts up and down. Not a fan. And that really does not look great up ahead. I think we are going to get soaked. Crap. Well, here's hoping the new phone in my pocket's waterproof, because it's going to get soaked. Alright, we're shifting down here. We're braking to a stop. Normally I would be downshifting and using engine braking to slow me down. Here, my only option is brake. And right there, like, the RPMs got really high when it should have shifted a whole lot sooner. It felt like I was just driving it in, and then it's like, oh crap, I need to shift up. Yeah, something's just not right in the shifting here. Not a fan of this DCT at all. Alright, well, we are back at Honda here, so I'm gonna try to do a quick walk around to the bike for you guys.
A few moments later.
Able to rev match, and you know, I like manual control.
Well, and that's what that button is for right there.
Okay.
Everybody has their, you know, their preference on where it's going to shift.
Yeah.
Obviously, it can't make everybody happy, but that's why that
thank you.
here, though, all you do is just push that button, and the D right there goes away, and you're in full manual mode then.
Perfect.
It won't do anything until you tell it to.
Awesome.
Now, if you go and you make an emergency stop or something like that, it won't allow you to stall it. It'll actually put it into first gear for you.
Okay, even in manual.
Even a manual.
That's nice.
It won't. Basically, it won't let you hurt it, and it's not going to let you lug the motor.
Okay. Well, that makes it a lot better then, because I just wasn't appreciating the way it shifted.
Did you have it in just standard mode?
No, I put it.
Sport?
I had it in sport.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Going up was okay. It was the downshifting that I wasn't a fan of.
Yeah.
But with the manual, that would make it a whole lot better. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So, as you guys heard there, that is a switch for automatic to manual. So my dumbass could have had this in manual and been taking care of all the shifting myself instead of complaining about how it shifted. So that was a user error on my part. Not much to look at. Got dual spring shocks in the rear. Don't think we have adjustable preload. Doesn't look like it. Single disc brake up front. Does have ABS. Nice that we have full LEDs all the way around. And I was giving you guys a price before. I said it was somewhere between 6 and 8. For this model, it's 10. They do have a smaller Rebel here, the Rebel 5, and that is between 6 and 8. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Click the bell icon next to it. That'll give you guys notifications when there are new videos to watch right here on MOTOBLADE. I have so many test rides coming from here at Americade, so I hope you guys will stick around for that. Leave a comment down below if you like this, what you like, what you didn't like. I love to hear from you guys and talk motorcycles, so say hi down below. Until next time, you'll know what to do. Ride safe, ride on. I'll catch you on the next video.